I'd like to throw a big shout out to the Midwest Junior Super Series. If you haven't made it to one of those events and you got one near you or want to follow the series, I highly recommend it. I mean, the competition is tough there. It's well run, well managed. I mean, the people there, the community, it is great. Put it on your calendar and make it out there. This is TRS and my name's Todd. I got an update on the Outlaw engine here. It's kind of a bust. It never really made any power, didn't rotate the earth or anything like we wanted it to, but after about 8 passes, I decided to tear it down because I just knew there was something seriously wrong because it wasn't making any power. I just wanted to, so I popped the head off, started rolling it over, and then I noticed the intake valve guide was just floating around the stem there. So, I mean, obviously it wasn't sealing up. You can just see it on the graph, just top end, just nose diving down to 7,200 RPMs. I mean, it's just lugging it, just not making any power. I want to take you in the office there. I'm going to show you on SolidWorks, a little bit better detail. It's kind of hard with the camera to show you what's going on inside there. Alright, so I got the engine block pulled up here in SolidWorks. I just want to give you a little bit better look of how I look at it and how we try to tackle things here at TRS Engineering to get the best possible product we can. So I already showed you out there on the shop floor what happened, how the valve guide came out on the intake side, and I just want to give you a little bit more insight of what I'm seeing and why it possibly happened. Alright, we got the intake port right here. And one thing that we do with the intake port on this engine is that we push it down really far. It's on about a 25-degree angle. And doing that, you know, you get into the front valve cover. And that's one reason we have to relocate it around to the side here. But let's look at the lifter guide. Let me cut this away. There we go. So I basically just picture that I took a block and just saw cut it right directly down the valve guides there. And you can see this valve guide right here. It's not that short, but it's I would like to see it a little bit longer. Let's get a measurement on it. The measurement on this valve guide now is 0.900, and that's a little less than an inch long. That's not a bad length. But we did have to add this little boss extrusion in here to give it more length. If we didn't have this, I mean, it would have been super short. It wouldn't have worked very well. It would have wore out quickly. Let's suppress this and look at it. So that's what it would have looked like without that little extrusion in there. And you can just see how much shorter it is now. Let's yeah, it's 480 long. It's less than a ½ inch long. I mean, that is not enough meat to hold anything in place. So that's why we put a little extrusion in there. Let me unsuppress this and get back to it. So one of the things that I probably should have done different is I probably shouldn't have used such a big diameter valve guide. The valve guide outside diameter that we use is like 480. I just used parts that I had on hand. I probably shouldn't have, but oh well, I did. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna turn up another one, probably 1 or 2 thousandths bigger. I'm gonna push it back down in that hole, heat the block up a little bit, push it back down in the hole, and then one thing I'm gonna do, as you can see, I just drew this little cross hole here, and we're just going to take like a little 632 set screw and just pin it in place. That's not the ideal fix for this situation, but now that I look at it and I've ran it and everything else, probably in the next month I'm just going to make a whole new block. I already have other ideas on how to improve this tremendously. We're actually just going to take the valve spring pocket and everything. We're going to lower it down. We're going to get longer valves. We'll have to drop the cam down and everything, which isn't that big of a deal to us anyways. We can get that done relatively easy. So that's how we're going to go about fixing this little mistake here, and we're going to get it back out to the track hopefully this coming weekend and give it a try again and see how it goes. Thanks for watching.